日本時間5月18日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手が敵地でのエンゼルス戦に1番 DH で先発出場をしました。この日の大谷選手は5打数3安打2打点と活躍し、チームの勝利に貢献。また、この日先発した佐々木朗希投手はメジャー最長の7回を投げ、4安打1失点、キャリアハイの8奪三振を見せ、2勝目を挙げました。試合後、両軍のメディアは佐々木朗希投手の投球を大絶賛。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
And we heard Jerry talking about Shohei Ohtani. He took 2 days off from hitting this week. In the 2 games since then, he's gone 3 for 8. All 3 hits are for extra bases. He reached base 6 times in those 2 games. He's knocked in 5 runs. Dontrell is starting to look more and more like the Big Show again.
This looks loose. I love the pitch selection and what he chooses to attack. I felt like now the scouting report around the league is he will chase down. But listen, I know for a lot of lefties, down and in is that nitro zone, but there's a couple ball lengths that you know you can handle that pitch, and there's a couple of ball lengths down that you can't do anything with that pitch. Not only are you going to keep a foul, but you're going to swing over the top of that. But he's playing loose, he's playing freer. You know, timing's good, and it's always good to get a little give back against your old team and say, hey, I'm still one of the best players in all of baseball. So this is a nice little homecoming for him to really get himself right, because ultimately for them to win it all, they have to have the Big Show going.
I think Steven made a comment last night after that hack, that ball was up. You see Shohei's finish almost falling over. It kind of looked like Prince Fielder last night. What that tells me is, yes, he's letting it eat, but he's staying square. He's getting the barrel to the baseball. If he can get on top of that high fastball with that swing, you know he is close to getting red hot.
Kind of swings that D-Train used to take back in the day.
Sometimes you got to take those dry hacks on the field and on the golf course as well. But if you continue to let that baseball travel deep, he has enough bat speed to do damage.
On the mound for the Dodgers today, it's going to be Roki Sasaki. He's allowed home runs in each of his last 6 starts, 9 home runs in all. Dontrell, what's going to be the key for Roki to keep the Angels off the board today?
You know what? Live low, live long. Throw that fastball down. We haven't seen all year long enough execution with the fastballs at the knee that will set up the split finger and the chase down. I want to see more ground balls from Roki, especially with that split finger. Also, don't be afraid to use that slider to get even in counts, even if you fall behind early. Put another wrinkle in the hitter's mind to say, hey, you're not going to be out there one-dimensional. Also, trust this talented defense, man, and pitch through contact. I don't want you to pitch so fine to where you're 1-0 or you're 2-1. That's where the home runs come. But the bottom line is go out there and have fun, man. I know that sounds so cliche, but sometimes you look at him and he says, and I've been there where the world is on your shoulders on the mound. You want this so bad. Hey, it's just one pitch at a time, and you're in a big league ball game. Just enjoy it and go out there and show your ability.
If I'm Miggy Rowe, I tell Roki I want 6 to 10 ground balls today. For me, Max wants a couple, Kim wants a couple. Get us a lot of ground balls. We want to play and help you out.
It continues the inning. It loads the bases, and now here's Ohtani. First pitch. It's a base hit into right center field. Hernandez in. Rojas 2. A 2-run single for Shohei Ohtani, and now a 4-0 Dodger lead. The RBIs coming in bunches for number 17.
Yeah, Shohei is on the RBI train. This another breaking ball that stays up. Anything thigh high to waist high, off speed is up. Off speed pitches need to be knees and down, because you're talking about getting the hitter out in front, and when they're out in front and the ball's low, they can't reach it, or they swing and miss or top it. But when they're up, they can be off time and still reach them and still hit them.
It's Ohtani with the Dodger everywhere. Lines it right center, base hit. Hernandez scores, Rojas scores, Kim to third. Now with Kim winning that race to the bag, prolonging the inning, Shohei Ohtani gets 2 more RBIs to make it 4-0.
And again, another base hit. It was not hit hard by Ohtani. Curveball, a little bit off the inside part of the plate.
We said it at the outset of the inning. Almost every time the Angels walk somebody, they pay for it. Leadoff walk to start this inning.
And really, that's actually really smart hitting by Ohtani there. After you're not able to get to first base as a pitcher, it plays into your head. So you're going to be ready to swing at the first pitch, even though it wasn't a bad one there from Rodriguez, he was still able to fight that one off.
Just a 5-pitch 7th inning for Sasaki. 91 pitches in total. Not only records an out in the 7th, he finishes 7. And without a single walk issued.
Without a doubt, his best big league outing. Far and away.
And you can miss us with the, and it'll be out there because this is how some fans and people think, well, who was it against? You have to play who's in front of you on the schedule. And for him, he hasn't had enough of these types of outings to be able to differentiate. You should have done this or should have done that against this, that, or the other. Just having that strong an outing against whomever at the major league level. I saw the smile on his face as he was walking off the mound and greeting Dalton Rushing after the 7th inning.
It's just a huge weight off your shoulders when you walk around the clubhouse, when you get on the team bus, when you go in the food room, when you walk through the halls at Dodger Stadium or wherever you're playing. Yeah, people are looking at you different and you feel it.
Can you appreciate the fact when you guys put up crooked numbers early in the game, a guy like Roki Sasaki can throw more strikes and feel more free and easy out there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we try and put up runs every inning. I mean, I think it just makes it easier overall for us. You know, it's not going to happen every day, every single inning, every single game, but I mean, if you can just continue putting up good at-bats and trying to make it a little easier on the pitching staff who's held it down for us all year long, it makes it a little bit easier, yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting into a rhythm yourself?
Yeah, I mean, just trying to have good at-bats and just keep the line moving. You know, guys have done a great job getting on base this series and, you know, so far this year, so just trying to do my part.
Yeah, and Roki Sasaki entering tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, I should say, with a 5.88 ERA, approaching 6, but Tim, one of his best starts of his young career, going 7 innings of one-run baseball today.
Yeah, he really pitched well today. I mean, I think that was the big question mark for them is, you know, how is he going to respond, you know, to the last couple of starts he's had. You know, the numbers didn't lie. I mean, he's pretty much fastball splitty, and he was throwing everything for strikes. On the split itself, 69% strike rate. I mean, it was in the zone or being swung at for the most part. Pretty much the best he's thrown is split all year long, and of course that fastball. 97 and 99 miles an hour, 67% strike rate as well. So again, he had the 2 biggest pitches that we talked about in the pregame show. They were dialed in.
8 strikeouts against 0 walks. He had it dialed in here this afternoon at the Big A.
What did the offense against Sasaki today?
Yeah, it was tough. I know the first time some guys saying his cutter, his split slider were going away to righties, and then the second time through it was going into him. So I don't know if he's doing that by design, but I think it was just, you know, effectively, you know, wild in the strike zone where guys couldn't zone him up. But yeah, he was tough today, man. He pitched good and, you know, kept us off balance.
And it probably helped Roki Sasaki settle down into this game, having that 7-0 early lead in this one, Dontrell. But Roki went out there. We talked on the pregame show about him taking baby steps over his last couple starts. This was more than a baby step forward today with these 7 dominant innings, 8 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody.
He looked like a teenager today. And we're talking about baby steps because the command was there. I love what Orel said about the mechanics. It seemed in sync, especially going downhill. That's why you consistently see him in the strike zone. You did not see today ball 6, ball 7, ball 8. He did not get himself in trouble, so he competed within the strike zone. This is fun to watch, and we're always worried about giving up the home runs. It doesn't matter if you're able to throw strikes. Now, if you're keeping guys in the yard, it keeps the defense in it, and it's a fun start, and it puts pressure on the opposition to try to square up baseballs. Tough to do off Roki when he has that split finger going down. We talked about that in the pregame show. Throwing the fastball down to be able to tunnel that split finger, he got a tongue swing and miss early in the game, and so that gives you a ton of confidence to be able to sequence and really follow the mitt and stay out of the middle of the plate. Now, Jerry, we saw a couple fastballs today that were middle, but because he threw the fastball with conviction, it was a foul ball instead of a home run, and he felt off that and really finished up strong.
But most times he was ahead in the count. If I'm 2-0, I'm hunting that pitch down the middle. Now you're able to square that, but if you're 1-1, 1-2, okay, in the back of my mind, it's a splitter, then 97 right down the middle, man, I fouled it back.
Right.
Because you're still on defense when you're hitting. But when you are ahead of the count. That slider, by the way, is absolutely nasty. That split is nasty. You can do all sorts of things.
Right.
The plate opens up, and this is why you're getting chased. And I love that running fastball right there to Frazier. And that, see that pitch right there? At the knees on the black.
Yeah, location.
When a guy's on like Roku, who's got 3 pitches that are effective, and he's getting ahead of the count, now it seems like 6 pitches to the hitter because he's spotting here, now 3 pitches. All of them are working. And he has been effective, and the confidence is there.
Why did you have your best start in Major League Baseball today?
今日なんで一番メジャーリーグ投球ができたんでしょう。
キャッチャーの要求通りに、投げ切れましたし、ラッシングもいいリードしてくれたので、そこかなと思います。
I think Rushing did a great job at calling the game. Good, pitch selection. Yeah, it was because of that.
You had to execute those pitches. Why do you have more confidence in the last 3 starts to throw more pitches in the strike zone?
すごくいい球を投げてたと思うんですけれども、それがなぜかというと、昔の、この前のゲームに比べて、自分の投球ができていたのはその理由がありますか。
調子自体は前回前々回の方が感覚的に良かったんですけど、ただこう、しっかり要求通りにそういうことに投げれましたし、守備にも助けられながらそういうところかなとは思います。あと点も取ってもらったので、リズムよく投げれたかなと思ってます。
I actually felt better at last outing. Yeah, but today I felt able to throw strikes a little more, and also defense did a great job, and offense also did a great job of scoring a lot of runs. So,
can you explain why your confidence has grown, or is this the highest your confidence has been pitching for the Dodgers?
その自信がついてきたように見えるんですけども、自信がついてきた理由というのは何かありますか？
フォーム的にも徐々に良くなっているので、しっかりこの投げ方だったら、ある程度ここに行くっていうフォームで、投げれてますし、それを1試合通して、続けれたので、今日はそこが良かったのかなと思います。
I think it's one of the reasons the mechanical, it started kind of clicking. So, and I was able to execute it really well throughout the game today. So,
did the last couple of days, the 2 days off this week, hitting, how much did that sort of help you to maybe get your swing back to where it's been this weekend?
スイング良くなりましたか？どちらかというと休み前にいい感覚をつかめたのはピッチング前にいい感覚をつかめたのを継続している感じかなと思います。
I actually felt pretty good the day before I pitched, hitting wise, so I think that helped more than the off days. 試合展開とかいろいろ今結構いい感じに流れてますけど、そんなにどう思います？
そうですね。この3連戦はうちにとっては完璧に近い試合運びだったんじゃないかなと思いますし、はい、ピッチャー陣も含めて素晴らしい試合だったと思います。
Yeah, we played, pretty much perfect games here in Anaheim, and it was both hitting and pitching side did a great job.
You said you were looking for different things with your swing lately. Did you find something that's kind of got you back in the place you want to be?
いろいろ試しているところで何かつかめましたか？感覚的に。
ゾーンをしっかり把握できているのがまず一番いいところじゃないかなと思うので、あとは打球がしっかりそれなりに上がってきていい打球角度で触れてれば長打もホームランも増えてくるのかなと思います。
Yeah, I'm just my strike zone awareness is a lot better. I feel like I'm seeing the ball better, the K zone better, but also like the angle of the baseball that's taking off from my bat. That's the higher I see, the more home runs I would expect to see.
Now that you're feeling compared to maybe a couple weeks ago when things weren't going as well.
数週間前と比べて、今どういう違い？
常に言ってますけど、やっぱり構えが一番大事だと思っているので、そこの動き出しの構えの部分でやっぱほとんどが決まっているのかなと思っています。
I feel like the posture at setup is, pretty much key to a lot of my success.
Where did this come from today? Did you have any notion that Roki could dominate the way he did today?
Yeah, I think he's been trending. I do. I thought today that he had command of the fastball, command of the split forkball, and then mixing the slider when needed. And Dalton did a great job with him. They were in lockstep all game, and it was just great to see him be efficient and continue to do what he's telling everyone that he needs to do better, and he executed that.
You said before the game his confidence is trending higher than it has before. Do you feel like that has lent itself to him attacking the strike zone like he did today?
Yeah, I do. I think that it's understanding what is needed to get major league hitters out, what's needed to go deeper in a game. And then the other part of it is the confidence that I think that he's got clarity on what he needs to do. And you can see it in every throw. The misses were near misses. The split was thrown, presented as a strike to get swing and miss, to get chase, and really just wasn't threatened all day.
We've had to see Roki learn to expand his pitch mix on the fly this season. How difficult is that, and what have you seen from him lately, especially today, that show signs of progress there?
I think what his openness has shown that he wants to be great. I think doing something that he's always felt comfortable doing certainly wasn't the answer, and so he had to make some adjustments. And so it is good to see the return so quickly. But like I said before today, just the openness that I've seen from him, I think it's freed him up. And I don't think that he's afraid to fail. I think he has confidence in who he is as a big league pitcher. And now, we're seeing some of the fruits right now.
What's looked better about Ohtani at the plate this weekend?
He just looks more refreshed. I think that his at-bats, he's grinding more. He has the capacity to do that. I think the swing's in a better place. He's not trying to, manufacture swing velocity by over-swinging. And it's just like, even his last at-bat, that was just a clinic on taking the right at-bat.
You ready to declare his slump is officially over now?
I'd like to think so. I hope so. We got a good series, a fun series coming up, and it's good to see that he's swinging the bat well.
How much you value the pitcher-catcher relationship.
Yeah.
First thing Roki said, first thing Dave Roberts said was how good you were today behind the plate. How rewarding was it to be that guy for Roki in the game that was his best in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, he looked really good today. Obviously, it's really good momentum for him to carry forward, but at the same time, there's opportunities still for him to get even better. We know that's not his ceiling. We know what he just did is obviously the best we've seen up to this point, but I trust that guy's got a lot more in the tank, and I'm going to continue to push him. It was fun to work with him today, though.
There was a lot of smiles and a lot of conversations after each one of those innings between you two. How are you keeping him going to be able to continue to attack?
I think for him it's just a confidence thing. He needs to trust his stuff, understand how good his stuff is, and execution kind of comes with confidence, I think, personally. I thought he was very confident today. He went in the zone when he needed to be, and he left the zone when he needed to. It was obviously fun to work with. It was obviously good for us as a team, and it's a big step forward moving into obviously a big series with San Diego, moving forward going back home.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。